Hello YouTube fans, here again, and I figure why not, well, my nose, do this one. It's on the Tupids, The Signing, taken from, as we all know, a Stephen King book. I always like the Stanley Tupic one more than the TV series. Now I do know, like most films, Stephen King is not a lover of the movie versions of his book. And he was more of a lover of the TV series because it was more faithful to the book. But in all fairness, if the TV series is faithful to the book, I prefer the movie one with Stanley Tupic. Not because it's got Jack Nicholson in it or so on, but I prefer the story. It was psychological, it was suspenseful, it had cheapy music. You had the jump stairs when there wasn't like every few minutes in your fucking face, so you can make a chinky game out of it. It was done the right way. The right way. So we're gonna go with The Signing. You've got Jack Nicholson as a book writer, you've got his wife, may the actress rest in peace. I know she's sadly no longer with us, and you've got the little boy. And I always like the opening. It goes do 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 do. Not gonna do the rest. I thought the music was cheapy. You got the cards either in a toss. You got the mountains. You got the hills. You got a monologue of words coming in a toss. And it's definitely a chilling and cheapy feeling. So it's only cheapy. It was like his first big break in the other business. I remember reviewing A Clockwork Owens. I wouldn't like say that was an horror film, but it's definitely disturbing in the files. 2001 Space Oddity, I'd say that's definitely more science fiction. So for his first time in horror, he definitely was pretty good. It was pretty good. And as we know, there was a behind the scenes and making of The Signing. And some of the work these actors and actresses did was unbelievable. I do believe that he bullied the wife for the actress, as I say, that played Jack Nicholson's wife. I do believe that Danny Cupid really did her a shitty time when they was making the film. A very shitty time. It almost made a devil back to him. And he definitely pushed to get what he wanted from the actors and actors, such as Jack Nicholson. So, like I say, he starts off as a book writer and he's got a new job. It's only temporary, but it's basically working in a motel. He's a book writer, which is sometimes, to write his book. But like most haunted house films, this motel is built on an Indian burial town. And it's mostly bad luck. A lot of people that have worked there as a caretaker and so on, they've died. It's a horrible death. The original caretaker murdered his family. He asked his two daughters up. He killed his wife. And then, I believe, killed himself. So it's definitely an unlucky motel. You got one die, and you got the idea of the little boy has his magic powers, what they call The Signing, which definitely sums up the film. And the die who works there wants a little lad told him not to go into a certain room. It's a bad room. He's definitely told him not to go in there. And I like the fact that every in the film you have like a calendar with a date and a month of when they're in this motel. And I like it. It's like chilling. I do believe there was a deleted scene originally where in the house you see bodies everywhere. It got stabbed. They sort of set that for the next film being poltergeist. Sometimes I'm happy it was stepped. It was an interesting point, but what you get in the film, like I said, the motel was built on the Indian burial down. It's bad luck and it's death and anyone moves there. And it's a very isolated film. It's like in this maze. It's snowing, it's winter. I do love the way Jack Nicholson's character turns. He's snappy, he swears at his wife a lot. And there's a bit in it where the little lad is on the stoop. Oh, I like the time the work of him moving the torch, the way it pans the torch, and then you see ghosts of the two girls what were murdered. You see the aftershots of the bodies. Very cheapy scene. I do believe there's a good bit where every 2 minutes the little lad's looking and you see blood squirting a toss. Brilliant time the work. But one of the most scary bits is the bit with Jack Nicholson. He walks into this room. sees this naked woman, don't get excited, dies, it's more of a horror. And then she turns into this rotting old woman. It's hard to explain, but it's very, very nerving, very cheapy scene. And like I said, there's a lot of good horror moments like that. There's a lot of good acting moments. But halfway through the film, he uses the pot, tries to attack his wife. His wife knocks him out with a baseball bat. And then he breaks out and he's basically chasing his wife. Now, a lot of people know the iconic scene, and see when he axes the door open with which I do believe was a fireman's axe. He axes the door open and he uses that iconic line, which I do know Jack Nicholson improvised it. And then I remember there was a Dame show called Donna. And every time this Dame show come out, the guy shout out, "It's Johnny!" And that's how Jack Nicholson used that line. So he asks the door open, sticks his head through the door, beautiful iconic scene, everyone remembers it. It's Johnny! Date scene, a date scene. But the wife gets lucky, she gets a knife, she cuts Jack's hand, they get out this window, the side out. Before all that, the guy that warned the kid, he accidentally walks in at the one time, one pace, gets an axe in the gut, then he dies. And he's chasing after him in the maze, because they had this maze near the motel. It's snowing, he gets lost. And the wife and the kid get out of Dodge. Now this bit, you could have just cut it down, deleted it, whatever. There's one deleted scene which I would have been interested to see. There's a scene where I remember rightly the wife is in the obstacle, and the one what different Jack Nicholson the job. He comes and visits him, Jack Nicholson's wife. He's got flowers. He's seeing how she is. I just wish to take that in the film, because I would have been interested to see that deleted scene. But the other bit they could just take out. There's a bit with the aftershock where you've got Jack Nicholson. You see him, you see his body, and he's frozen solid. Ice all on his lips, on his face, tipping down his chin. This scene could just deleted and cut out. It wasn't really that needed. But I do like the cheapy bit in it. You've got like a photo, and it's supposed to be like based on 1926. Could be right, could be wrong. And you see, if you look properly, you see a picture of Jack Nicholson. And you're thinking, how the fuck is Jack Nicholson getting this 1926 fucking photo? I could be right and wrong, that because he'd be older than that. And I actually like that. And there's a bit in it, like I say, there's bits where the wife's running the door, see a body, he's died, blood on his face. Says a date line, date party. There's always a scene in it that has people wondering. There's a scene where she's running the toss and you see her die. Let's say to be in a sex act on another man. That's all I'm going to say on it. It always has me wondering, is it a sex act? It's dressed up as a bunny rabbit. The less I talk about that, the better. But yeah, the signing, it's Dan Tupit's film. Dan Tupit, I'm going to get his name right. And I think he did a good one. Like I say, there's a behind the scene, there's a making back in the day. If you can see it, it's a fucking damn good making. It's a fucking damn good biography. I would say check it out. Really would check it out. It really shows the acting talents of Jack Nicholson. Whether you like him in real life, whether you rate him, you can't take this away from him. He definitely did his all in this film. He definitely did his all. So Dan Tupit, who we all know did 2000 Space Odyssey, Clockwork Orange, I remember reviewing it. He did a good one here. He did a good one. So that's The Signing. Definitely a good horror film. I prefer this to the TV series. So for that, a 15 rating for me. 15-star rating, I should say, for me. But into them, be smart, be safe. See you later.